Hello, I'm Sujata Suresh. I'm going to analyze cognitive development in between Liam and Zara. In this presentation, I will critically analyze the cognitive development of two children, Liam and Zara, through the theoretical perspective of Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. By examining their observation behaviors in specific learning contexts, I aim to align their actions with developmental stage and cognitive concept. This analysis will also explore the significant role that early childhood education educators play in scaffolding children's learning and development. Finally, I will compare the similarities and differences in educator role between both cases, drawing insights into best pedagogy practice for diverse learning in early years settings. Let us begin with the first case study, Leon. Liam is lively 4-year-old who attends preschool 3 days a week. He exhibits a strong sense curiosity, particularly down to tactile and exploring activities such as messy play and block building. On one occasion, he approaches a water trough filled with various containers and begins transferring water between a tall, narrow cylinder and a short, wide ball. He asserts that the taller containers holds more water because it's higher. This observation becomes the central moment of analyzation. Liam demonstrates focused attention on the perceptual cue of height, ignoring width and volume. His insistence on the interpretation, despite suggestions from his peer Awa, reflects his current stage of cognitive processing. This seemingly simply interaction provides valuable insight into his developmental thinking and perception of physical quantities. Piaget's theory. According to Piaget's theory, Liam is situated within the pre-operatal stage of cognitive development, which spans from approximately age 2 to 7. Children in this age are known to exhibit centration, which is the tendency to focus on one salient aspects of the situations while ignoring others. In Liam's case, he focuses exclusively on the height of the water column as the indicator of quantity, demonstrating a lack of conversation. Conversation refers to the understanding that quantity remains the same despite changes in shape or appearance. Liam's failure to recognize that the volume of water remains constant during the transfer aligns well with Piagetian concepts. He is also displaying egocentric thinking and inability to dissenter from his own viewpoint by dismissing his peer hours input. Vygotsky theorem. From Vygotsky perspective, Liam's interaction can be interpreted through the lens of zone of proximal development. This is a range between when what a child can do independently and what they can achieve with guidance and encouragement. Although Liam does not yet grasp the concept of conversation, his curiosity and active experimentation suggest that he is operating near his GPD. With appropriate guiding questioning, demonstrating, or peer modeling, Liam could bridge the gap in his understanding. This movement is rich with potential for mediated learning. Importantly, Vygotsky theorem highlights the social context of cognitive development. In Liam's case, his brief exchange with Awa could serve as a peer scaffold, though he initially rejects her view. An educator intervention at this moment could provide the scaffold necessary to move Liam towards the higher level of cognitive function. The role of the educator in Liam's development is to recognize these teachable movements and respond with intentional scaffolding strategies. By introducing repeated water transfer activities using containers with equal volume, the educator can prompt cognitive conflict, which may lead to this equilibrium, a key mechanism in Piagetian learning. Through questions like, does it look like more just because it's taller? Or what happens when we pour it back? Educator can guide Liam to reflect and reconsider. According to Berner, scaffolding should be gradually withdrawn as the child gains competence. In Liam's case, consistent verbal prompts, visual aids, and collaborative play with peers can help him progress towards understanding conversation. These interventions highlights the educator dual role as both facilitator and cognitive coach. The second case, Zara. Zara is a 5.5-year-old girl who joined her kindergarten mid year after relocating to Australia from Kenya. At home, she speaks Somali with her family, but she is also fluent in conversational English. Through reversed in large group setting, she becomes expressive and engaged in small groups, particularly during exploratory learning tasks. In one observation session, Zara selects a 20-piece animal puzzle. She speaks softly to herself as she organizes each pieces and attempts to match corners. Her self-directed speech includes phrases like, "This style look like a monkey. No, maybe a lion," which showcases her trial and error process. Zara eventually succeeds in assembling the puzzle by using visual clues, verbal reasoning, and persistence. Her approach offers key insights into her cognitive and linguistic strategy. Sarah's approach to the problem solving indicates a transition towards the concentrate operational stage, typically beginning around age 7 but often emerging earlier. She demonstrates classification, serialization, and the ability to reserve actions mentally, hallmark of the Piaget's latest stages. Her capacity to recognize and sort each piece's attempts multiple fits and reverse her reasoning suggestions that she is moving beyond concentration. Unlike Liam, Zahara is capable of discerning consideration multiple aspects of a problem simultaneously. Her verbalization reflects logical thinking processes that indicate she is building internal schemes for shape, position, and a part-whole relationships. Vygotsky theory of cognitive development highlights the role of language in internal through process. Zara used a private speech talking herself through the puzzle demonstrate how language mediates her learning. According to Vygotsky, private speech is a critical phrase in the transition from external social dialogue to internalized thought. Zara is not just playing, she is using a language as a tool to support cognitive regulation and problem solving. Her engagement with the task is in a small group setting also aligns with Vygotsky emphasis on social learning. This contest provides Zara with a safe environment to explore, self-correct, and verbalize, all of which contribute her advancing zone of proximal development. In Zara's case, the educator's role is to sustain a language-rich environment that encourages self-expression and reflective thinking. By engaging Zara in verbal dialogue, such as asking open-ended questions like, "Why do you think that piece fits there?" Educators can promote metacognition. Group based activities and peer collaboration should be strategically used to support both her linguistic and cognitive development. Given Zara's bilingual background, the educator must also be culturally responsive, validating her identity while supporting her academic growth. Scaffolding strategies might include modeling language, offering think aloud, and encouraging storytelling around puzzle themes. This supports Vygotsky assertion that cognitive development is inseparable from its social cultural context. While both Liam and Zahra benefit from scaffolding, the nature of support differs based on the developmental profiles. Liam's requires concentrate sensory based experiences to challenge his perceptual concentration, while Zara benefits from verbal engagement and self guided reflections. Educators working with Liam must be attended to physical interactions and prompt reflections using direct questioning. With Zara, the educator acts more as a facilitator of dialogue and provides opportunities for elaboration and exploring. This contrast highlights the adaptability required in early childhood pedagogy, where understanding individuals' ZPDs is essential. The cases also illustrate how Piaget and Vygotsky, though distinct, offer complementary frameworks for supporting diverse learners. These case studies underscore the practical application of Piagetian and Vygotskian theories in early childhood education. Piaget's emphasis on cognitive stages helps identify development benchmarks, while Vygotsky focus on social context and scaffolding inform instructional strategies. Educator must use observation to assess which where each child is developmentally and offer tailored support that aligns with both theory and practice. International scaffolding through manipulation, dialogue, or modeling facilitates movement within the child ZPD. These cases remind us that effective pedagogy requires both theoretical knowledge and adaptive, responsive teaching. By blending insights from both theories, educators can better support younger learnings on their individuals' developmental strategies.